Welcome back, guys. This is Lindsay with Garage Gym Reviews. Today we're going to take a look at this Sole F89. Now, this is a brand new product by Sole released in 2023. It is one of their more expensive treadmills and it is heavy. We are going to get into the specifics of this, but ultimately, there wasn't a lot of complaint about this when I tested it. I do have a couple minor call outs that you probably should be aware of if you're somebody who has a long stride, if you're a taller person. But overall, if you are a runner and you just want to run, I think that this treadmill is fantastic. We are going to get into the details, but first, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Also, if you want to go ahead and purchase this, we place a link below the like button. When you use that link, it doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does give us a small commission. And lastly, this was sent to us by Sole, but that doesn't change my opinion. This is an honest review. We just like to say that for transparency's sake. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I am always honest with you guys. So let's get into the details of this treadmill. Okay, since the release of this product, it has become one of their top selling products. Now, previously to that, the F85 was one of their top selling treadmills. This now is kind of hedging out, beating the F85. Truthfully, I mean, if you are on a budget, I think the F85 is just as good. It has a smaller screen, but there's not a ton of differences between the two treadmills. But if you want the big, massive screen, and I mean, this screen feels huge, then I definitely say go with the F89. Now, to be exact, this is a 21.5-inch screen, and for whatever reason, I run on treadmills that have a 22-inch screen, and this feels bigger. I don't know why. I think it's because it takes up the majority of the display. You know, sometimes you have a screen display and the screen is only this big, and then it's surrounded by black buttons and whatever else on the display. This screen feels huge. Now, I wouldn't say that the color on it is super vibrant. When I compare it to programming on the iFit programming, the iFit programming just feels more immersive. It feels bright. It feels colorful. This definitely isn't as poppy, but I mean, it responds really great. I mean, it's quick. I really like it. It's easy to navigate. It's really user-friendly. So overall, I don't have a lot of complaints about the screen itself. Now, this is a bigger treadmill and it definitely feels bigger. It's heavier. I had a hard time pulling it over initially, but it does have a foldable design and it is that more modern aesthetic, that Z design. Now, one call out that I do have to it, and this is what I'm talking about if you have a longer stride, if you're a taller person, the hood on the bottom. When I'm standing there or if I'm doing any sort of decline, this does go to a 6% decline, then my foot almost hits that hood quite frequently. It's not anything major, but it is worth calling out. I know a lot of people complained about the TT8 having a similar design and their foot hitting the front of that a lot. And so if that's if that's something that you think is just going to be annoying to you, I would skip this, because even in the little bit of testing that I did on this, and then we had multiple other testers come in and test this treadmill, all of us had that common theme coming up, is my foot kept hitting the hood. When you purchase this does come with the programming built into it. So a lot of their other treadmills have a mirror design. So the F85 has a mirror design where essentially you download the program to your device, your phone, your tablet, whatever, and then mirror it onto the screen. This comes integrated on the screen. So overall, I think that's a huge improvement. I really like that. And if you don't want to go ahead and use the programming, they do have options available on the treadmill as well. So they have pre-programmed options. So you have your hill, your interval, your cardio, your user-friendly setup programs that you can go ahead and set up yourself, and then a couple other ones. So overall, I think there's a lot of variety when it comes to programming. But in terms of the Sole programming itself, it's definitely not my favorite, and it's not because of the classes. All the classes I've taken, the instructors were actually pretty good, and I enjoyed the classes. I got good workouts in them, but my problem comes in when it comes to the volume and the inconsistency with that. So a lot of the times, it's just not well mixed. Sometimes I can only hear music and barely hear the instructor. Sometimes I can only hear the instructor and barely hear the music. And then some are perfect. So there's just a little bit of inconsistency there. But overall, in terms of the classes themselves, I do find a lot of value in the actual workout. All of their classes range from about 10 minutes to 60 minutes. You can go ahead and filter them through. So I think that, whatever you are looking for, you will be able to find some sort of class that fits your needs on that programming. If you go ahead and order this treadmill, and again, it is more expensive at $3,299, but you can go ahead and choose a couple different options. So if you want this to be assembled for you, it is going to be an extra $350. Now that's going to be assembled in your room of choice, and then they're also going to take all of the garbage, all of the packaging away, throw it away for you. If you don't want it assembled, but you do want the entire huge Sole box brought to your room of choice, that's an extra $150. If you want none of those options, I mean, the shipping is free, but they're just basically going to deliver it to your porch or to your driveway, and you'll be responsible for moving it inside your house or inside your garage gym. Now, this does have a really decent motor. That's not surprising. Most Sole treadmills do have a quality and a high motor size. So this has a 4.0 HP motor. That's kind of on track with some other quality treadmills we see. So like the NordicTrack X22i or the NordicTrack 2450 all have like a 3.7 to a 4.0 motor size. If you're somebody, again, who's going to be doing a lot of incline, a lot of decline, a lot of speed work, and a lot of speed work at higher speeds, then you're definitely going to want a bigger motor size. Another thing that the motor size kind of offers is a little bit more smoothness, a little bit more quietness. So when we were actually testing this out, Nathan didn't even hear it move to decline and incline and was like, hey, is it moving it? I'm like, yeah, it's just you can't hear it. Like, ultimately, this is one of the quietest machines in terms of moving from incline to decline and then also ramping up in speed that I've ever used. The speeds on this are pretty standard. They go from 0.5 miles per hour all the way to 12 miles per hour, and then the decline goes from -6 all the way up to 15% incline. So one thing to call out is on the display, it doesn't show the full range of decline and incline. It does show the full range of speed. So if you want a quick jump up to like a 10 or a 12, you have the ability to do that. But if you want to go ahead and get to that -6 decline, then essentially you'll have to hit the 4, which is the lowest the quick jump button goes, and then use the toggle design to go ahead and flip down to that -6. This is a bigger belt deck size at 22 inches by 60 inches, and overall, I mean, I do like the little bit of added width to it. I don't think it's necessary, but I do think it adds a little bit more comfort while you're running. The weight capacity on this is 375 pounds. Again, not surprised. Sole tends to make their machines really quality and have that higher weight capacity. I mean, a lot of Sole treadmills have almost a 400-pound weight capacity, which just isn't very common. So overall, this is great for those looking for a higher weight capacity. The other thing I want to mention, it has an 8-inch step-up height. Now, that is pretty standard, but if you are somebody who really struggles with mobility, just like keep that in mind because it's not necessarily the lowest step-up height that we see on a treadmill. The weight of this is 314 pounds. And guys, like, even though I can move it, it did take me a minute of like suspending in air while I was trying to pull it towards me. And did I have a moment where like my life flashed before my eyes and I just envisioned this treadmill crashing on top of me in front of the camera and everybody witnessing my death? Yes, I did, but I got it done, so we're okay. In terms of warranty, Sole also offers a really good warranty, lifetime warranty on the frame as well as on the motor. Guys, that's huge. A lot of other companies don't do that. So if you are worried like of the investment of $3,299, I do think there is a little bit of ease, like takes the weight off your shoulders a little bit, knowing that there is a quality warranty in place on this machine. Not only do they have lifetime warranty on the frame and on the motor, they also have a 3-year warranty on the parts and on the deck, as well as a 1-year warranty on labor and then a 90-day warranty on like the cosmetics of the machine. My overall impression of this, I mean, I do really like it. I thought it was a quality machine. Is it worth $3,299? I don't know. For me personally, and I didn't care about having the programming built into the machine, I might go with the F85 just to save a little bit of money because essentially they are almost the same machine. And my only real call out to this machine is the fact that it is pretty heavy. And then that hood on the front is like a little annoying sometimes. But I mean, overall, this is a really good treadmill from Sole and I'm pretty impressed by it. But let us know what you think in the comments below. This has been Lindsay with Grouchy Reviews.